Hey, it's Scott Weiss with Lessons on Leaving, your complete guide to funerals. Back again to share some information with you and want to make you aware of something that is going on here in the state of Michigan. But you also need to check into it in your state and see if this law is also in effect there. But the majority of the states do have something that is in place to help you make sure that your funeral wishes are indeed followed. What we have going on just a couple of weeks in the state of Michigan, a law will be in effect that states you can now designate a funeral representative. And what that means is you can designate an individual beyond your family, beyond your legal next of kin, anyone you want to go ahead and take care of your final arrangements once you've gone away. Now this is a new thing. I think the first state to do it was the state of Colorado back in about 2003, 2004, where what they saw was an increasing situation where maybe you had a partner or you had a friend and you wanted that person that was closer to you to be able to designate what happens in your funeral and your final wishes. And then once you passed away, that person had no legal rights whatsoever, and someone that you may have not been close to, maybe it was a brother or a sister that you hadn't talked to in years, all of a sudden they became the legal next of kin in your situation and had no idea what you desired and could go off and do whatever they wanted to do. Well, now you can get a form filled out. In most states, you can designate who you want to be in charge of your final arrangements. And now, that person, the form will be notarized, it will be legal documentation, and after you pass away, this person that you designate is in complete charge, and even your legal next of kin cannot come in and change that. Now, that person will also could possibly be held liable for all the costs associated with the funeral. So you want to make sure plans are in place to cover the costs. Either you've given that money to them, you've worked something out, you have insurance, but make sure the plans are in place, or you've talked to your loved ones and you say, hey, this is what's going to happen, but this person A is my designated representative to handle all my funeral arrangements. So what has happened is that's brought a lot of peace to a difficult situation. You may have, like I said, have a partner that you had for many years, and now that person does have the legal right to take care of all the final arrangements. So what you need to do is you need to check in your state and see if that is in place. If you're not married, if you're single, if you just want someone else besides your spouse or besides your legal next of kin to be in charge of your final arrangements, you can designate that with a legal document. And so for many people, it's going to ease some problems, ease some conflicts, and take the burden off of a family who's already grieving. Maybe you got to have a lot of confidence though in this person that you designate that they're going to accomplish and follow through with your wishes. So check that out in your state. Make sure if it's not a law, you might want to advocate to get it going. I'm not sure who was behind the state of Michigan. I'm glad that it's here, and we look forward to helping people get that document in place ahead of time if they don't want their next of kin to actually do their final arrangements for them. So hey, this is Scott Weiss with Lessons on Leaving, your complete guide to funeral. Go to my website, www.lessonsonleaving or scottweiss.com. Check out my other blogs. Go ahead and subscribe to my newsletter, and you will get a free 12-page funeral planning guide.